Hi all, in this video we will learn how to create a new employee in QuickBooks Payroll application. First, to create a new employee, you have to go to this Employees menu. Then you have to click on this master. Then you have to click on this plus icon, add employee. Here this is a widget type like which will lead you to complete a employee creation. First, here you have to enter the employee code, employee name, date of birth, address and city, state with which employee is located, then here you have to choose a gender, mail ID, phone number, mobile number, and this is the emergency phone number you have to update here, and PAN number. And whichever here showing in red color star mark, those are mandatory fields you have to enter. Then only you will be able to move to next option, official details. Once you enter all the mandatory fields in personal details, then you can go for next official details. Here you have to enter the date of joining. Job type, you can choose whether employee is in probation, permanent, contract or consultant, that you can select here. And payment mode, you can choose whether it's a bank transfer or check or cash. If it is a bank transfer, then bank account number is mandatory. And enable ESS. You should enable this option if you want to release login credentials to employees. If you enable this enable ESS, if you check this mark, then only you will be able to see this employee name under login creation page so that you can release the login credentials. Next, confirmation period. For example, if employee joins first 3 months or 6 months if he is in probation, that number of months required to confirm, that you have to enter here under confirmation period. Next, you can choose a location, department, designations. Then once you enter all mandatory fields under this official details, next you have to go to PF and ESI. And if employee is eligible for PF, then you have to enable this employee has PF. You have to enter all these numbers, PF number, PF enrollment date, EPF number. Then if employee has already a PF account in earlier company, EPS is getting deducted. To continue the same, you have to enable this entitled to EPS. Once you enter this PF details, next if employee is also eligible for ESI, you have to enable this employee has ESI, and then you have to enter that ESI number. Okay, next, once you enter this PF and ESI information, you have to click on next. Here, based on the leaves that you have configured, all leaves it will reflect whichever leave is eligible. Based on the date of joining, the leaves will get prorated and get credited for that joining month. Then you have to go to next other information. Whatever the other fields that you have created, that will reflect under this other information. If you have the data, you can enter it. Then you have to move to the next salary details. Under salary details, first is CTC annual. Here you have to enter the annual CTC, the total amount including FBP, variable pay, entire amount you have to enter under the CTC annual. Again, if you have variable pay separately, you have to enter that again under variable pay. So whichever component is applicable for that employee, that components you can select. If components are all formula based, so once you enter the CTC and if you click on this calculate, automatically the breakups will get calculated. whichever formula based components, that breakups will get calculated. If components are not formula based, if you have created as ad hoc, then you have to enter the monthly fixed amount under this monthly column. This is a one-time entry, like while creating an employee, you have to enter this amounts if it's an ad hoc component. So based on that values here, the payroll will get calculated going further. So once you enter all these breakups, you have to click on calculate. If there is any difference between CTC and breakups, it will reflect here. If everything is configured properly, then you can click on this finish. Once you create an employee, you will get a message like this: employee details saved successfully. The same employee you will able to view under this master. Whichever employee you have created, that employee you can be able to view under this master. If you want to edit any other data, you can just double click on that employee. You can change the data, whichever data that you want to change, you can change, and then you can save. The details will get updated. This is an individual employee creation. If you have a single employee, you can create using this add employee option. If you have a bulk of employees, bulk of new joinees, instead of creating employee wise, you can go for a import option. For that, you have to click on this import employees, import new joinees. You have to download a template. You will get an Excel template like this. You have to fill all the informations here. Whichever showing here in red color star mark, those are mandatory fields. You have to enter here the sheet. You have to fill up all this informations like code, name, gender, date of birth, whichever showing in red color fields, those are the mandatory fields you have to enter, like CTC. If you enter this master sheet, then you have to go to the pay sheet. You have to enter the salary details. If components are ad hoc, you can input manual amounts like monthly fixed amounts here. If components are formula based, you can put A if it is applicable, NA if it is not applicable, like this. And same way you have to enter the leave details also. Leave also you have to enter the same employee code name whom you want to create, and for that month whatever the leave credit has to happen, that you have to enter here. You have to save the sheet. Then you have to browse the same sheet. Then you have to click on import. Like you have to browse the sheet. Then you have to click on import. Once imported, it will take you to the master. You can find whatever the employees that you have imported. You will able to view the same employee list under this master, the new joinees that's been imported. This is how you can create an employee or import new joinees into this QuickBooks application using this new joinee import or add employee for a single employee creation. Thanks for watching this video.